Hi guys, Justin here, welcome Farm 26, and if you hear the idling in the background, it's the 9500 combine. But we got to go through tires on these first, and then we'll see what we can do. I like to know what I've got in there. So I know you can't see the first one, but all I'm going to do is go straight down the line and check tire pressure. 30, good. $28, good. $29. Ooh, 21 or 31. Hold on. I might look at that wrong. $31. Okay, so the back box is going to need a little bit of air. I'm going to check the other side off camera. And we're going to grease the front ends. On these Minnesota running gears, all it is your spindle, your tire rod. All right. So one thing I did do here just to make life easier is everywhere there was a joint And then on the gears, they and then on the corners of the slides here, they all got just a drop of oil. So there's always something that gets caught, you know, the eye doesn't catch. I want you to look at the back of that gear, and I know there's some shadows. See if you can catch it. Give you a hint. It's rubbing right there. What it is this is either a 6 or a 7 ton gear. I'd have to look at the actual tag to tell you exactly, but that's an 11L and it needs a 9. And what the difference is your offset of your rim is just enough where, yeah, he'll get into that frame. Not that the tire's bad, but we don't want him to go bad. Well, we're gonna swap them out. Well, that looks a little better. You know, you can get your, now this is a New Holland gear, and they do run a little tighter right here. But there you go, your 9.5 looking good. There's the tag. I'll actually roll down here and so it's there you go, New Holland 5T 5-tonner. Yep. I mean, they're a good gear. They're just smaller, they're lighter. I do plan on not using him in the future. Not that he's a bad gear, but he's just a little light for soybeans. All right, on to the next. So we're to our combine finally. So we got this line here going to the bucket. He is our engine oil drain, and we'll get him opened up. And it's just a matter of pulling our ladder down, and up we go. Open our side. Now we got access, and here he is. Engine's nice and warm, so it's just a matter. There we watch, and I don't know if you can see the bucket and it dripping. There it goes. Kind of a long way about. You don't have to take the ladder out, but if you think you need to, sometimes getting that ladder out is kind of nice for this. We'll put a little deal here, drain this out, drain our filter down, add some and go. So I got my little inoculant jug. They're kind of handy to keep around for stuff like this, but just pull our plug and there you go. I mean, that'll drain the filter down. And it's kind of tight in here, so I won't video you pulling the filter off, but I mean, it's same as 4640. If you really want to catch that video, go ahead. So filter's down to a few drops. Means I can spin them off and swap them out. Now I'm going to try and get that for you, but I don't know how well this is going to work. Alright, there's our hot filter. Alright, and the O-ring's still in there, so let's get them out. Alright, there's our O-ring. We got our rag. Alright. Just gonna take and dip him. Some fresh oil. And this is one thing I wished I really would have done this before wheat, but I'll be honest with you, I really didn't plan on using him for wheat. That was kind of a last second thought. There we go. Because I tell you what, there's going to be some fuzz coming on. Okay, and I'm just going to see what it says for tight. Plus 3/4. So there's budded. I'm going to have to use my wrench to finish him, maybe. Well, let's see if we can get a little more. Almost. There you go. There's 3/4 of a turn. Cap it back up so we don't just dump our fresh oil on the ground or in our engine bay, or whatever you want to call this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take a look at our bucket real quick, see what's coming out. So I just closed up our little valve down there, stuck a wrench in my oil can, and in she goes. And once this is done, yeah, we're ready to combine. You see we got oil. So if you're in this one, I'm trying to see. Okay, yep, if you're in this one and this one is maybe showing, maybe not, you're fine. It's when this one disappears that you need to do something. If you overfill this and it gets warm, you will have a mess. Well, it's that time. I kind of shorted you guys on combine footage yesterday. There he goes. You got to get that just right, or this ladder will not come out. But we're going to pull some sticks, check some oil, and we're not even going to run him. We got about 3 hours for dues burnt off, but here we go. Stick. And yeah, it's fine. All right, now our hydraulics here. I don't know if you can see that bubble, but it's just barely on it. And obviously this one will be full. And this is that fuzz that I was talking about that builds up. These don't leak, but they're always wet. But if you look, that plug had just I mean, it was wiped off. That was wiped off. And it just, that fuzz just, it builds on it. And another thing to really watch is your turbocharger. And yeah, he's looking good and clean. I did have one of the gleaners actually, this started smoldering on me. It's probably been 5-6 years ago, but yeah, it pays to give a quick look, you know. Open your top, make sure nothing's too plugged up or, you know, too furry. All right, well, there's our oil's good, so we know our combine will make it through the day. And since I'm kind of up and elevated, that's what I got done. We've pulled about 750 bushel off, not an incredible amount, but we're to the big part of our 70-acre field here. Okay, and hopefully this one works out. So every day, regardless what acres I put on it, just grabbing my grease gun here, these walkers get greased. And it's just 2 zerks. So I don't have a lot of acres on them today. I just give them a wipe. So I'm only going to go 10 right now. There's 10. I don't know what you can see or not. But yeah, you grease these, your walker blocks will last you a long time. And the other one I believe in doing every day is dang straw chopper. And I don't know how I'm going to get in on him. That might just be a show it's where it's at, and you guys are just going to have to believe me. So I was going to try and get you some video yesterday, and that's why this video is going to be day 1, day 2. But so over on this field, it was pretty clean. Until we started getting some rain, and the grass just got ahead of me, and I had to pay too close attention. Not that it wouldn't go through, but the minute you weren't paying attention, you plugged the head up, or it plugged. So right here, that's your straw chopper on this side, and on this side you got to go up and in a little bit, but it's just right here. I mean, it's hard to get on a camera, but not hard to do. And another one of the starts to the day. And he's good. The Minneapolis Moline here, every day fuel, oil, coolant. I did grab that box that's got some in it. You can't see it, but I can. Get on there. There we go. There. And how is he doing on fuel? He should be fine on fuel. Yep. Good enough on fuel. All right. I'm going to grab a touch of ether because that old 336 engine there, while it's not completely shot, it does lack some compression, and yeah, a little sniff just goes a long ways. And hopefully this is all it takes. Oh, got to get it in though. There you go. There we go, we got life. And you can tell, I mean, a little bit of smoke coming off it. Yeah, it's just not tight till it's got a few RPM on it, or it's been turned around for a minute. But it is, augers. Yep, you know the drill. So we got a hydraulic side with a bungee, and PTO's locked in, and now it's a matter of just opening the box. And here we go. Give that low. We're not in a rush this morning, so that's fine. Minneapolis Moline isn't exactly warm, so we're not going to push it. And we did beat the beans. Those are the first coming down onto the pile. we'll get that box unloaded, and I think we're gonna turn some air on. The beans themselves are 12.9, but I've got enough of them green pods there where I think they're gonna pick some of that moisture up. And yeah, a little fan, just gonna go a long way. So that fan, that little red box there, I know it's hard to see. Just flipped him on, and he's just gonna cool the grain down and take a little bit off. We'll let him run, and you can feel the air coming out. It's warm, but it'll cool them beans right down. So she had a little minute to warm up, and you can see once you open that door, it's pretty good flow. Don't take long once it's opened up, or once it's warmed up. And yep, up and in. Well, if you kick the dirt, she's dusty, so I don't think it's gonna get off anymore. But let's just see what the stocks picked up overnight. And yeah, pods are crunchy. Hard. I think we can, let me snap a stem. Yeah, stems are still a touch tough, but I think we might be able to mosey over there in, let's say, 20 minutes or so. Whoa! So I just thought I'd give you one in the mirror if I can get steady here. Going to the field. And just in case anyone's curious, those 3 boxes do hold about 1050 bushel, 1025, whatever it is. That's if they're just level to the top. Probably add another 50 bushel or so if you got a nice heap on it. But yeah, we're gonna go combine a little. Well, I thought I'd give you guys a little better than what I had, but yeah, it turns out this cab is all plastic. I thought I'd have a few more places to magnet you guys up. While we're going, it's still a touch tough. Not as good as when we shut down last night, but it's going. I know the beans themselves are dry, it's the stalks. But, wow, all but the occasional green one. Right here it's worse than other areas, but overall average they're like a 12.9, so a little bit of air, and yeah, it's good. So I think what we're going to do is just take some headlands off and whatnot, because we're to the big part of the field. We'll just let you guys enjoy it. Ooh, Mr. O. I kind of need to take them headlands off just so I can turn. That is the one thing that isn't so nice about this deer. It's a good combine, don't get me wrong, but nimble it is not. Those gleaners really shine when it comes to that. And I couldn't tell you how the rotor series are, but like your L's and your F's. least the platform's clean enough when you come to the end. Cutting beans. But went right through. That is one thing I do find funny throughout the states. Taking a crop with a combine. Boy, do they call it different things. And I kind of get a kick out of it locally even. The ones that started cutting beans when beans come into the country, well, if you had a platform on, you called it cutting. If you had a corn head on, you were combining. And yeah, when it comes to the corn head, that's what I kind of... Yeah, I kind of don't know which way to go there, because you're really not cutting. You're picking. You're picking ears. Then you're shelling them. But here you're definitely cutting. I think the big difference is that little cutter bar you got in the front. It cuts everything. Out of old, I don't know, I'm not even calling it habit, but out of, you get talking with the right guy and you start calling it combine. Everything. This right here, what we're coming up to, is why you guys didn't get much footage yesterday. Pigeon grass is in thick enough where I'm actually debating on getting Dad over here with the hay bind and rolling it up and feeding it to his beef. Not that there isn't beans in it, but it's kind of a hassle to cut. And it is just the outside 35 feet. I couldn't tell you exactly why, because it was all treated the same with chemical. So it should be, I know my fields aren't spotless clean, but it should be cleaner than what it is. That's what we had. Back her up. And let's try her again. There it went through. It sounded like it did anyway. Yep, it went through. Kind of don't like that because it does leave a bit of a pile in the field. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm just going to turn around and come back to down here after that sun's hit a little longer. I might not have my trouble as much then. I don't have to be down here. I can cut the whole field to here. I guess I was just kind of trying to get it opened up that way I had a track, because the field angles a little bit. That'd be alright. go back, we need a spot to park our boxes anyway. See if she takes it. Now what happened there? They're a bit tough. It is morning. That dew isn't completely gone, so. Can you take that little bit of green? I'm sure the platform's got a touch of moisture on it yet. I think you guys did see all of it this morning anyway. And there is a few rock here, so I gotta kind of pay some attention. It has been rolled, so they're not too bad, but here the beans aren't going to add up. Coming pretty slow off the auger. Since we're here, there's a little finger, we're gonna take him out, somewhat square the field before we move them boxes into spot. I just hope the rest of the beans that we got, I've only got one other chunk of ground that's as nice and productive as this is. I don't think they'll be too bad, but I hope the rest of it kind of holds out as far as what's there. And I guess I'm not talking just yield, but as far as stock and everything. The drought left them kind of stumpy, kind of short. Not that there isn't a yield out there, but they tend to pile on the platform a little more this year than others. I mean, don't get me wrong, they clean out, but there. Well, I'm gonna go move some boxes. So I picked up a slug, and there it is. And that's that green foxtail. It's on the north side. Broke my connector link, so all I did is replace him. And now it's to get him tensioned again. And we will be back in business. All I gotta do is just tighten that up. But I kind of just thought I'd show you, not everything goes perfect. But something little like this, if you got a few of these in the cab or in your toolbox, goes a long ways. Yep. And for you, those of you that know what this is all about, yep, happens to me too. All right. Oh, and there it is. This is why we snapped that chain. That green foxtail is just, it's too much. I'm only taking half the head. And sorry, I got a plug here. I got to concentrate just a little bit. And yeah, it's there it goes. But yeah, that's why it is. When that gob come through, the auger didn't like it, and chain was a weak point. So I guess you got to have a weak point too. So all right, well, we don't have too far to go when we're out of this. All right. Well, day 2 harvest done. I'm in here because it's dark outside, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what I got for the first 2 days. Kind of apologize. I know there's in the cab there isn't a lot of real great viewing, but yeah, we'll get better down the road. Found out there's no steel in that cab to put a magnet to, and that was kind of my plan, and I guess I should have looked at her a little more, but well, there's always time to come. There's always plenty more days. So, well, with that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, catch you around, share us around, and we'll catch you next time.